Hi there, Essjay again. How are we doing? We are on day 5 now. So this one's going to be about planning. Okay, now this one is actually quite a tough one for me because I'm not a planner. So this is what I find really hard. So I have to really work on this myself. But I want to kind of share with you what I've taught from my coaches that has helped me plan. So obviously you are well on board and well knee deep in doing your lives. You're in the more positive mindset. We're working through that. You have looked at your avatar and your niche. So with that niche that you looked at, you've looked at how you can kind of diversify in that specific niche. So what I want you to do now is looking at the ways that you are going to use your niche to create different ways of generating more semi-passive, more different ways of generating money without touching your clients. You've obviously got that written down. You probably thought about 3 or 4 different ways. I want you to start planning that now. So the way that I found, let's go back a little bit. So when we talk about planning, now, if you think about how our lives, everything we do, okay, everything we do in life, we plan. We plan, so say, a kid's birthday party. We think of ideas. We maybe save a few screenshots of certain looks of the venue or certain gifts that we want to buy. We go online, we do a little bit of research. We talk to our partners about it, talk to our family members about it, decide what we're going to get. We decide the decor, we decide the decoration. So that's the first stage. And obviously the date, what works. We then go out, we then start looking and looking in the shops, start buying our stuff for it. We start getting the stuff through there. Then we start implementing it all, putting it, wrapping it, sorting out the decoration, doing the fine details, and then we do it. We then have the party. So I know this sounds really bizarre, but we do that with everything, with an evening out, with a birthday party, with a holiday. There's so much that goes into the before part before we actually then do the thing itself. Now, there's different people in this. There's some people that like all the planning. They plan, and then right before they're about to deliver that, then it falls at the waistline. Maybe that's me. I'm one of those. I get all these great ideas, what I want to do, new things I want to bring in, new services, new coaching ideas, whatever it may be. I get all these ideas and I start doing all this stuff to prepare me for it, doing the marketing, get pen to paper, doing the videos. And then when it comes to that last hurdle, I almost have, I don't want it to come out the wrong way, but I'm not bored of it, but I've done all that exciting part. I've done all that exciting part. And then that last bit is like, oh, it's a little bit deflating. It's not as good as that beginning part. So what I want to make sure you do is I want to make sure that you start from the beginning, you start planning, and you take it all the way through to the delivery. You know, you get some people that don't do enough planning. They think of the idea, they jump out all that middle bit and then go straight to the end. And then what happens is they never get the responses. So I want to make sure that you do your preparing, your planning, start to implement it, and then you do it, okay? So I want to make sure you're going through all them processes. So a good way to do this is start writing down each specific task. So for instance, you're wanting to take something on subscription, okay, for example. So I want you to write down what you would need, what exactly the jobs you would need to do to be able to do that. So everything from setting up a online payment system, designing the packaging, looking at the marketing, sorting out your prices, sorting out how you're going to deliver that, setting up a Zoom account if you're going to be doing it online. So write down everything that you need to actually do that task. So for you to create that system, that subscription, or that new treatment, or that webinar, write down every single thing that you need to do for that. And then what I want you to do is split your year into every 2 months, let's say. Okay, so what I want you to do is actually physically put that in a time scale. So let's say these next 2 months you're going to work on your subscriptions. So all them tasks that you have got there, I want you to spread that over your calendar. So spread it over your calendar, label how long it's going to take, give yourself an hour, an hour 3 times a week, let's say, because you've obviously got your other jobs as well. You've obviously got the things that you do day to day, which brings you the money in. So set some time to actually allocate to that. You can at least allocate, maybe 3-4 hours a week. Okay. So with them little things that you've done, start allocating time slots in your diary to do them tasks. So if a certain task is going to take you 3 hours to sort out the packaging for a product or whatever that may be, put that in your calendar. So on Monday morning at 9 o'clock, you're going to do that task. And do that with all the little parts of the puzzle. So you've basically got a list of, say, 5 to 10 things that you need to do to be able to put your treatments online. Okay? So them 10 things you've got there, I want them spread out over that calendar. If you're feeling adventurous, go for the month. If you want to be realistic, go 2 months, depending on how big that task is, how big that service is going to be. Spread it out and actually physically put it in your diary. And you need to put it in there as if it's an appointment, okay? As if it's you're booking a set of nails in. It is an appointment and you have to attend and you have to do that. Now, this is the only way that I stay on target. I have to put in twice a week that I work on my webinars. Because if I don't, I end up doing a lot of the prep stuff and then never get to the video bit. I have to physically put in each task that I'm going to do. So this specific day, today, is working on recording. So I've made sure that, right, okay, I know that Monday slot, I've got 2 hours there, I'm going to go in and do my recording. So I make sure that I am prepared for my recording aspect. I've got my backdrop, I've got my microphone, and I'm there. I've prepped my paperwork, my bulletin points, and I'm there ready to then do my recordings. So you need to start planning this way, because we do this in our life. We do this with everything. We do this with events we have, parties we have, gatherings we have, holidays. We plan everything. We plan childcare from day to day. We do everything. But when it comes to developing and expanding in business, we don't. We just go along with the flow, putting the money through the till, putting it back in the system and doing it this way. We have all these ideas that, oh God, yeah, that's a really good idea. I might do that. And then that's it. Nothing ever gets done. So you need to get them ideas on paper, which you've already should have done anyway, because we did that 2 days ago, and look at one by one. Don't do too much. That can also be a big letdown for a lot of people. Look at one task, split that task into 10 points of what you have to do to accomplish that task. Okay? 10 points, and then spread them 10 points into your calendar. So this is how I want you to look at planning from now on, and this is what I want you to do now. This is your day 5. So when we catch up on our discovery call, either day 6, 7 or 8, depending on when you book that in, you should be able to tell me what you've put on paper to plan to do, okay? So work on that today. It's a little bit lengthier, okay? It's a little bit lengthier than the other ones, but it's a good way to get you in the habit. It's a good way to get you in the habit of planning, so you can then, when you go through all them stages, planning, preparation, implementing, research, and then when you're ready to deliver, everything's covered. So that's what I need to go away with do today. That is your day 5, task. So start looking at your niche, looking at which one you're going to go for, and start splitting it into small manageable tasks. And another reason, going off on tangent again, What also happens with a lot of people, this is not so much myself, myself is more the plan, and then I get bored before I go and deliver, or I don't plan and just go straight for the end and then wonder why I don't get results. But another big thing that happens is a lot of people think, well, right, you know what, I want to do a podcast. Beginning of lockdown, it's like, right, I want to deliver a podcast. Now, a lot of people would think, oh shit, that's too big. That's really big. So this whole idea of creating a podcast seems mammoth. It seems far too unrealistic. So then what happens is then you don't end up doing it. So if I then split that podcast into manageable small tasks, so week 1, come up with a name and a intro. Okay, it's quite easy. Step 2, plan my first 5 lives that I'm going to do, 5 releases, and start actually writing it down into a little manageable task so that it makes this one big task not as mammoth. So that's also a really good way to actually make these really big tasks seem quite small. I'm actually halfway through doing that at the moment because I'm wanting to develop my own makeup line, and I've done quite a lot already to say that I am actually creating a brand new line of products, which seems absolutely mammoth. Because I've put it into little manageable snippets, I'm starting to really get almost halfway through this process and starting to think, shit, have I really actually created a logo, created a concept, created a pricing structure, chosen my colours, looked at my packaging? I've done loads, and when I would have looked at that a year ago and thought I'm going to create a makeup line, that just seems a really, really big task. So you need to split them big tasks into manageable little bite-sized pieces, and then put them bite-sized pieces into your calendar. So start doing that now and make that appointment in the calendar as if it is a physical appointment, and that way you're going to stay on target. So that's your day 5. So that's it for the videos, actually. The next time I'm going to see you is going to be on our discovery call. So I look forward to finding out how you have got on throughout this week. Obviously, I've been seeing things pop on social media, which has been fantastic, but I want to actually have half an hour with you, speak to you and find out how I can personally help you and get your feedback as well, and see how you have found these 5 days and how you feel that it has changed your outlook, your business ideas and your future. So I can't wait for our call in the next few days, and I will see you all soon. Bye for now.